My husband won't forgive and forget. So my husband and I have finally planned out honeymoon. We're going to Japan in November. It's amazing, my dream trip. We bought the tickets and are now saving every penny possible to put towards the trip. I figure we can scale up or down whatever we do depending on how much we have saved by then. We both make a decent amount of money. I make more than him if it's relevant, so I'm thinking it should be easy to do. I also have student loans that I've talked to him about wanting to pay off before we have kids, and we want to have kids ASAP, so the point is that we have scaled down our spending big time. We don't spend any money and I've been looking for ways to make more, even considering a second job because I have aggressive savings goals. Also, I make dinner every night at home. His job is to do the dinner dishes, just what was used to make dinner, and put away the leftovers. The other night, he forgot to put away the leftovers, so the next day when I was putting groceries away after shopping I saw the pan with the meat still on the stove and I was like, oh no. You forgot to put the food away. Now this was very much in a dang that sucks manner and not in a I am mad about this way. He kind of looked at me for a second and said a brief oh sorry. Then resumed helping to put away groceries. Once we were done with the groceries, I came up to him, wrapped my arms around his neck and gave him a huge kiss. Then I said, hey, I think we need to be careful about putting leftovers away because it's a waste of money when we don't. Okay. I am not trying to over-exaggerate my actions. I was not mad at him in any way and just felt compelled to address the leftovers. I was in a good mood. Anyway, he was immediately defensive, saying I didn't need to tell him that because it's not like this happens often, and he already said sorry. I straight up told him, hey, there's no need to be defensive, I'm not implying anything big here, I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. It made no difference, he was still mad I had said anything at all to him about it. He was distant and in a bad mood for the rest of the day, so I gave him his space. He gets like this sometimes, and normally I'm a people pleaser who feels the need to include him in everything I do all day, but when he's in moods like this it feels like he just looks for reasons to be more upset. Well, as we were beginning to do other chores later, we have separate to-do lists, he starts firing off a bunch of questions about what I'm doing, and volunteering up chores for me to do. Very annoying, I'm literally in the process of doing other chores, but especially not great because he asked me to switch over the laundry approximately 60 seconds after saying I'm going to go switch out the laundry. I tell him no, I'm working on my other chores, and I don't count him doing laundry yesterday as chores because he literally picked out just his clothes out of the communal basket, foregoing not only my laundry but also bedding, towels, etc. Not that it matters, he just said he was going to do it. Why is he now trying to get me to do it? I was stubborn at this point, and I admit that. His mood continued. I gave him space rather than trying desperately to get his attention and figure out how he feels all day, my usual MO. Finally I asked him how he was feeling. He said he was mad and had a right to be mad. He wants me to admit that I was wrong for saying anything to him about the leftovers, that I handled that badly, that I should have done the laundry. I said I was sorry that I offended him by bringing up the leftovers, but that I disagreed that I handled it wrong. I was sweet and didn't mean to upset him, and he overreacted. I agreed that I was stubborn about the laundry and apologized though. I knew he was already mad, so if I had just taken one for the team and done it, our lives would be easier. He's unsatisfied. He's been in a distant bad mood ever since and I don't know what to do. He makes snide remarks like when he went to get a milkshake and I asked him if he'd get me one, he said, oh now that it's my money you want one? I get it. I offered for him to take my card, he said no. Our finances are basically mixed anyway. And when I called the dog, not thinking through how she'd likely get herself in the way of what he was doing, I said sorry, I didn't think that through, and he was just sarcastic about how wow the dog came when it was called, who would have thought? Nothing major, just remarks every moment he can fit them in. So I'm keeping my distance. Anyway, I know this is all pretty petty and dumb. I know I should be fine with 2 days to myself. But it just feels a bit unjust for him to be so upset when I was not at all rude to him, then to have him be so blatantly rude to me as retribution. I'm proud of myself right now for staying busy and pretty emotionally stable, and I believe in a higher power now, so I'm trying to focus on not having resentment in my heart over these things and to just focus on my own day and greet him with kindness even if he's still pretty acidic. Normally, it doesn't take much for me to go into full oldest daughter fix-it mode. So what do I do? Am I wrong for not just apologizing for ever mentioning the leftovers? I feel like the way you bring something up should count for a lot, but maybe I'm wrong about that. If I shouldn't apologize for it, how should I go about helping this smooth over? I hate the tension and it feels like I'm at an impasse over something so dumb that I should just get over it and give him what he wants. Comment. I just read through this and think your partner is completely overreacting to what you said. It's okay for him to feel annoyed that you brought it up, but your tone counts for a lot. You weren't attacking him when you said it, and if he got annoyed and then came back after 10 minutes and was like, "You're right, I just felt bad, I left it out and was already thinking about it so I got defensive," that would be okay, but to throw a 2-day fit is just obnoxious, spiteful, and mean. He needs to grow up. Also, I'm not sure whether you thought about this, but his part of the dinner arrangement is way easier. It's okay for him to have forgotten to put the food away, but his job is really fucking easy. You're doing 70% of the dinner chores every night. Picking the menu, probably choosing which groceries to get because of it, cooking, which is a lot of labor, and then he gets to eat and then wash up. He should be really grateful. I'm sorry that your past few days has been walking on eggshells. I hope things get better. Next story 2. My ex from my hometown that I'm still in love with moved to the same city that I just moved to. What is socially appropriate in this situation? I'm from a small town up north and just moved to a largish city in the USA, and I'm starting my master's in 2 weeks. I got a full ride to a fantastic school and I am unbelievably grateful. I feel like I got a golden ticket and I am so excited I can't even believe that I am here. However, my ex is from my hometown and he moved to the same city in the US a couple months ago for work. Totally unrelated, we just ended up in the same place. We only dated for 4 months until he broke it off 9 months ago because of distance. He was in a different city at this time. At the time I was devastated, but it was truly the right thing to have done. Looking back on it, I'm grateful that he did it because I've had a lot of really formative and valuable experiences that I wouldn't otherwise have had if we did a complicated long-distance thing. However, this being said, I have never been able to shake him. I could go on about why I feel this way, but you know how it goes. He's lovely and smart and our goals align and we had an amazing connection and blah blah blah. I have had a couple casual little flings before I moved to Texas, and usually those break me out of a post-breakup funk, but they just didn't work this time. Now that we ended up in the same city, I'm tricking myself into thinking it's fate and all that BS, which I know is dumb, but the hopeless romantic part of me is freaking the fuck out about this. I also really love coincidences. He messaged me about a month ago, asking how I am and what I'm up to, and we were talking about the city we're about to live in and just having a nice convo about it. Nothing serious, but it was nice to catch up. He said he would send me a list of places to go to once I get here. He's been here for like 2 months now, but I've been here for 3 days. I've been posting about it on my story and he's seen it, and he hasn't sent me anything yet. Am I being ridiculous counting the days like this? I feel like a crazy person. I can't stop thinking about him now that I'm here. Should I just chill out and give him a bit to reach out? Am I freaking out for nothing? I'm so eager to message him and ask to catch up, but I'm 0% settled in, and it would definitely be chaotic of me to message him. Especially considering he said he would send me a list of places once I'm here, right? Ugh, I don't know. I'm so overthinking. I'm trying super hard to focus on me and on my move and stuff. I haven't met people yet because I'm with my parents still as they're helping me to move in, so once I start my program and meet people, I'm sure I'll be more distracted and feel a little less psycho LMAO. but everyone in the city is so good it's actually ridiculous. I've never experienced this before. Walking down the street is like insane. Sexy men everywhere, it's wonderful. So being a cute single 23 yo here will be really alright for me, so I'm not too worried. Okay, maybe a little worried. Okay, quite worried. I'm so in love with him still. Can you see my conflicting emotions?